8 signs of low value man. If you are looking for the traits and signs that allow you to spot and maybe potentially avoid a low value man, you have come to the right place. And by the end of it, you will know exactly what are the traits of low value man. This video will leverage psychology to uncover what are the most telling signs of low quality man. Number 1. He has low emotional intelligence, aka he doesn't get it. Daniel Goleman says that emotional intelligence accounts for 80% of success in life. Maybe people don't believe much in quantifying something that is extremely hard to measure. But emotional intelligence does account for major portions of one's life success and fulfillment. Emotional intelligence includes self-awareness or knowledge of himself, self-management or managing one's own emotions, social awareness, understanding other people's emotions, relationship management by developing positive relationship. Emotional is what allows us to control our emotions, keep doing what we don't want to necessarily do, and to keep positive relationship. Men with a low emotional intelligence attempt to show an erratic behavior, jump from one thing to another, fail to accumulate resources and power, and fail to climb dominant hierarchies. And finally, they have a little social awareness. Weinstein certainly had several traits of a high-value man. He persevered in life, he was driven, he was great at his job, and he accumulated power and reach. And yet, he failed at social intelligence, especially mating intelligence and power intelligence when he was recorded begging women for sex. Weinstein comes across as slimy, disgusting individual because he has low social intelligence. It's not just that he never understood how to manage his reputations, but he never understood what women really want and how to treat a woman. A man in his position, he could have gotten laid full of conscience and without being slimy. But because he didn't know how to play the game, he was slimy and disgusting. Low self-awareness. Men with low self-awareness don't know what they like, what their passions, and what they want out of life. They don't follow their own path, and they always look at others for directions. They rarely work on own projects and instead seek work from someone else, and they take any sort of random and generic employment. They have a low self-management. Low self-management means they seek short-term pleasure over long-term results. They buy whatever they like, possibly using credit, and they buy liability and depreciating assets that keep them poor. Low-value men don't realize that shortcomings which are holding them back, including entitlement mentality not backed up by work and skills. They also have a low social skills. A lack of social awareness and relationship management leads to poor people skills and poor relationship. Men with very low social skills are socially awkward, become social pariahs, and are unwanted by men and women alike. Number 2. He has no drive and purpose. Somebody once said, when you don't have a goal, you end up working for those who have a goal. That much is true, and while working for someone else is not an indicator of low quality, taking whatever comes your way with no preference and no ambitions to move forward certainly is. When you cover low sex drive with no life purpose, goals, and motivations, you basically get a human plan, except they don't produce again. He lives vicariously. Since low-value men have no personal drive, they also have a little patience and have a little personal success in life. However, they might still be passionate about something and still seek to enjoy wins. How do they do it? By living vicariously. Low-value men are passionate about things, goals, and dreams that either add no value to their lives or that lie outside of their control. A typical example is being so passionate about a team as to merge one's own ego and pride with that team. Low-value men feel like they won when their teams wins, or they feel great when the new song hit of his favorite rapper comes out. So they end up spending their money, times, and ever watching, commenting, and promoting other people's life instead of working on their own. Or maybe they have a lower quality purpose. Some men do have their purpose, but the very nature of that purpose makes them low value. Some examples of poor quality purpose is to destroy something, someone, or a group of people. To antagonize someone or a group of people. Some not so great purpose also include make as much money as possible, sleep with as many women as possible, provide for a low-value woman, do or collect quirky stuff most people don't care about, and farming, STEM, etc. Number 3. Big ego with no matching skills. Big ego with skills is called cocky. Big ego with no skill is called delusional. A big ego alone is not enough to condemn a man to the basement of social pariah. A big ego with matching skills and results, for example, is what people might call arrogant. See McGregor or the young gun dominant style, for example. Arrogance is not a positive trait, yet it can be perversely charismatic when people around you need the strength of convictions. The real tragedy is when a big ego is not matched by skills, competence, and results. Then you truly got a big balloon of hot air, and people never fail to avoid those egos and fixed mindsets. Men with big ego often have two more issues that keeps them low value. Fragile ego. Fragile egos and fixed mindset. Fragile ego is contrary to popular belief. One can have a big ego and fragile ego at the same time. As a matter of fact, this is a common mix of abusive men. They have a big egos, but it's so easy to threaten that ego that they always need to be on the defensive not to get hurt. And that's why they lash out in anger, especially with their spouse. Almost anything they're supposed to do is a threat to their own self-worth. And what are fixed mindsets? Fixed mindset is an individual has a fixed mindset when he doesn't think he can improve. He believes that skill and personal qualities are fixed at birth and that those skills and qualities define them. These men then come to build their self-esteem around being right or being good. Can you see the weakness in that? These men always need to win and show how good they are in order to defend their self-image and self-esteem. Men with a fixed mindset are low quality because they don't develop over time, are always defensive, and tend to be touchy and vindictive. It's also hard having a relationship with these guys. They can't accept a feedback, get defensive, and as Roy Baumeister explained, are more likely to be abusive. Number 4. Doesn't care about much at all. These days it's hip to say, I don't care, but most of the times it's a defensive mechanism to show fact superiority. In the subtle art of not giving a F word, Manson explained that the only way not to care too much about random stuff happening in your life is to care a lot about a few things. A low-value man doesn't care about the very things that could make him more high value, such as what he does, how much he makes, how he could improve and develop, who his friends are, the health of his closest relationship, and of course, he doesn't care much about how he looks either. He is cool with being overweight, with having cheap and ill-fitting clothes, and ill-looking disheveled. So what is the example? The low-quality apathy. Apathetic men are low-value men for many reasons. They are boring, unexciting, contagiously depressed, and they never move forward.